guys?
Decade.
Drago.
Today we're talking about Kamen Rider Build, episode 12. We open up with Sawa confessing to everyone about how she's a spy for Heavy Namba Industries, a powerful company in Japan that is trying to militarize the rider system. And that's basically why she was spying on them, to gather information about Build. Through the information that she also claims that she was just working for them as an inside job to get evidence against them, and uses the information she's gathered to determine the location of Pandora's box, which is the old science building before the institute was built. How do you guys feel about this?
Well, okay. In okay, you said heavy Namba Industries. It's Namba Heavy Metal Industries, actually.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I
But
didn't take physical
okay.
notes this time. I'm playing it by memory.
Yeah. What in the this was fine. I would say that it just didn't put the organization as the main villain, but puts a man and him playing with the politics of the place rather than
Uh,
I'm not-
Drago, you cut off there.
I think you got some background noise going on, but I'll just go while we're waiting. Yeah, I'm kind of relieved that we didn't drag out the spy thing. I mean, it would have been nice to have Misora be kind of useful, but Sao's been a lot more helpful as support for Build than a spy. I mean, she's been pretty badass so far, especially later in this episode. So yeah, I'm glad that she's back on the team.
Yeah, it seems like an okay resolution to a plot point that was kind of abruptly brought up upon us. I guess I didn't really need to drag it out very long. Drago, are you back yet? I suppose he would have said something if he was. Uh, so,
Okay, yeah. Okay, what I meant was basically, yeah, in in other this one, what do you call it? In other series, like there are all the Foundation X, there is some organization behind everything. But here it's just not only Faust, but it is also the other governments and also Namba, who is responsible for the entire chaos that's going on, which makes it a lot more interesting. Like this feeling a bit better than this build having a bit unique in terms of that kind of rider series.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Uh, then we cut to Sento showing up at the Institute on what would normally be his day off. Uh, Utsumi, Gentoku's secretary, is there. Sento is basically looking into the old science building, wondering where could they have stored Pandora's box there. And Utsumi just straight up tells him like, "Oh well, there's a hidden third basement here. If you, yeah, that's where it was kept." How do you guys feel about Utsumi?
I'm kind of on the fence as to whether, because we get like a tiny scene where Namba or like Utsumi shows up at Namba's house, and Namba's like, "Oh, I need you to do something for me." So I'm wondering if he told Utsumi to tell Sento, but I don't think so because Utsumi's kind of just like brooding alone, and then Sento just shows up even though it's his day off. So
Based on what happens next, I don't think Utsumi was told to tell him.
yeah, I think he was just told ahead of time about what Namba was planning. He's like, okay, if we lose Pandora's box, you're gonna have to do this. So he was kind of just at the end of his rope and just decided, screw it, I'll do something semi decent and tell Sento. So yeah, it's interesting that he's not just a pure psychopath. He has some good still in him.
I kind of wish we had gotten more to his character before this episode.
Okay, I think there's a backstory here, but we don't know.
Go on.
No, I mean, with how what we have seen of him, right? Like there is a backstory. Oh wait, your mic is picking me up.
Uh, doesn't seem like it on my end, but
Okay, basically, I feel like there's a backstory here, but just that we just don't know what it is. Like he might. It's just that we have not been given much information about the character. Maybe we might okay, that I'll talk later about what happens at the end.
Yeah, I'll talk later too.
yeah. Uh, Down at the lab, Sawa has been chained up by Misora. And Sawa basically explains that why she's going after Namba Heavy Metal Industries is that when Pandora Box was being held there, uh, Faust broke in and stole one of the panels. Or both of the panels, I don't know. And to cover it up, Namba basically caused an explosion that killed some of the employees, one of which was her father, and she's mad at them for that. You know, the whole like, oh, they killed my dead parent or whatever thing, it feels really overused, but here it's like, that shit still hurts. Like I don't feel like it's like that kind of cliche thing has run its course here. It felt just like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, especially since it wasn't just some villain, it was literally, well, according to the theory, which will probably be true, it was the government that staged it to hide them stealing the panels from themselves. So yeah, it's pretty, and it definitely makes Namba seem more evil because he was involved in that shit. I mean, he's an old guy. It would not surprise me at all if he blew up his lab and sacrificed some workers. So yeah, it's definitely good good reveal for Sawa's motives.
I have no thoughts on this.
No, you don't like Sawa?
I like Sawa, but not as much. And but I have no thoughts on this because you guys said pretty much whatever I was gonna say.
All right. Then we cut to the break-in. Sento and Riga are sneaking into the hidden basement to look for Pandora's box. Night Rogue is walking down the stairs to meet them. I don't know if he heard them open the door or something. Whatever. So Ryuga henshins to fight. And then, lo and behold, Bloodstark shows up again. I suspect that like he followed Sento and Ryuga, and under my that he's Soichi theory, that makes sense. He came to turn on Night Rogue to steal back Pandora's box, and something about Faust. Finding the location it's hitting in, he breaks open the wall, wherein Sento can take back his old bottles, and finds a train bottle he didn't have before. He tries it out with his pirate bottle and gets a best match. Pirate train. Can we talk about that for a minute? Pirate train? What?
All the Gokaja and Tokyusha memes right here.
Yeah, like when he pulled out the train bottle, I was ready for like a Tokuja reference or like a Deno reference, and then he pulls out the pirate bottle. Am I missing something? What do those two have in common?
Yeah.
Gao.
Is is this supposed to be like a land and sea thing? I just thought of that.
Maybe even Gao was a pirate who stole a train.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Was that a thing?
The Deno movie, the first one. I didn't realize he was a pirate, though. Are
I
you sure about
don't
that?
recall anything about him being a pirate.
I think maybe. I don't know. Even I don't
think he
recall
was
him
just
being a
like
pirate.
it's just like an ancient warrior or something like that.
He was just a dude that what the fuck was his motive actually? What was he trying to accomplish?
To be a dick. I don't know. We need to all watch that movie again. But I mean, yeah, I've kind of given up on trying to make sense of the best matches. Basically, my thoughts on this one: the pirate looks really nice. It's kind of a bit like a beast with the mantle, which I like. The pirate ship shoulder is pretty nice. The train half, if they used a different color, maybe it would have been nice. That's just not a good green. I mean, I would have been totally fine with them just like recycling one of the greens that they already used. I mean, we've recycled white. Next episode, we're gonna recycle yellow. So, like, why did they have to go with this ugly color?
Honestly,
It's unfortunate.
this suit just straight up makes Build look bald to me, which is a weird thing to say because none of his suits have had hair, and yet this one just makes it stand out like he's bald. The
I
helmet
did not.
design just is unimpressive.
Yeah,
Least favorite form yet.
yeah, yeah. I'd agree. I'm sure the pirate arm will look really badass with like another arm. But train is just not good. Kills it.
And then the fight breaks up because the bad guys can just teleport away whenever they want. Bloodstar takes the actual box with him, while Sento takes the panels and all of his full bottles. I have to wonder who actually got the better deal there, because honestly, I don't know.
Soichi, because he basically gets everything
Right.
without Sento knowing.
Back at the lab, Soichi comes in and is all excited that the panels are back with all the bottles, and Soichi made a new weapon for his new form. And then Sawa takes pictures of the panels and goes and visits the Prime Minister in the hospital to try and tell him about like all the dark dealings the government has been doing with Faust. Of course, he doesn't believe her, and then she almost gets arrested for stealing the panels. She gets out by jumping out a window that she breaks with her body. That's like as absurd as that whole driving a truck through a cement wall thing that happened early on in the series.
Must be an old hospital. I mean, aside from that, all the kind of scaling stuff and then jumping into the trash, I have to say that it's slightly more. It's definitely more realistic than the truck thing, and it's probably one of the most badass things we've seen a female do in Rider in quite some time. So I'll accept it.
It was amazing though. Especially that the actress herself doing like some of the stunts there. You could see her face, and so it was fine. And also Sento just being standing right there looking at it was weird.
Yeah, I kept expecting Sento to do something, and he didn't do anything until she fell into the trash and was like, "The bike, get the bike! What are you waiting for?" So then we have what is clearly like a staged. The government is busting Faust, and we know it's fake because Gentoku is running it. Uh, And so whoever is Night Rogue inside isn't him, is clearly a fake. After Night Rogue stages like fighting down a bunch of the guards, Build comes in to take him on, easily kicks his ass because it's someone else, and then exposes him as Utsumi, who is taking the blame as the leader of Faust, and then attempts to kill himself, but Build stops him. I actually really like that quick thinking on him. He recognized the suicide bottle from before and was like, no! Immediate. I don't care who you are, what you've done, you're not killing yourself.
Yeah, that was pretty good wit on Bill's part. Also, like you know, um, this one like there's some backstory with this guy, but we just don't know it. And I feel that he could be a hero material. Oh wait, since he died, okay, did you take the bat full ball with him?
We hadn't gotten that far yet, but go on.
Shit. Okay,
We're
he,
just up to his reveal.
maybe he is gonna become the next rider or something if he survives. We didn't see the body, so
Well, you
yeah.
know what? You know what? I'll talk to you. We'll get to that. I have a theory. Decade. What do you think?
Yeah, that part about the bottle definitely is interesting. We don't really see what happens to it. I mean, and then again, although I doubt it, this could all be an act two, him getting shot and falling into the water because, well, I mean, I'm just
Okay.
throwing this out there. I doubt it. I doubt it. But I'm saying he has a hazard level so he can turn into Night Rogue. I don't think anyone can just turn into
Right.
Night Rogue or Bloodstark, so he could still be a villain, and that could have been bullshit. But we'll see. It's interesting.
Yeah. So kind of jumped the gun a little bit there, but Utsumi runs off and Bill chases after him. They end up on a bridge where Utsumi explains that he didn't want any of this. He just wanted to live a normal life. He was kind of roped into all of it. And then he goes to tell Bill, they're like, hey, you can still get out. You can still. And then he gets cut off as Gentoku snipes him from a distance off the bridge into the river below. And that was like, what, a 30-foot drop? But of course, so yeah, as Drago said, like, did he take the bottle with him? Possibly. And also, we technically didn't see him die. If there's one thing I learned from One Piece, if you don't see them die in front of your eyes, they're still alive. So yeah, he could still be.
Isn't that literally every series ever?
It's really bad in One Piece. And this also happened in Kamen Rider Blade, near the end, with a certain character.
Tachiban.
Yeah, I was actually kind of upset that he was still alive. His death held more meaning. Any more on that?
Because if he had taken the bat full ball, then mid-air transformation, surviving the fall, maybe.
No,
He
he
did
didn't.
have the gun with him, but yeah, I doubt that. I'm
He
pretty sure
didn't. He didn't
he
transform
splashed.
mid-fall. We saw.
Oh, right. He probably survived.
He.
I'm pretty sure.
So back at the restaurant, Sawa goes to write herself off the show, but everyone else is like, "No, no, you can still be a journalist about what we're doing." So she decides to stay. And then Sento gets a call from the guy that arrested
Nabeshima.
Ryuga. Nabeshima. The guy that arrested Ryuga or whatever and kidnapped him while he was in jail. Um, he says he's regained part of his memory and he remembers who it was that told him to frame uh, Ryuga for the murder. We don't hear his answer, but we see Sento's shocked face. Of course, we can all kind of guess that it was probably Gentoku. I'd actually be more shocked if it was someone else.
It was
I'm pretty
Soichi.
sure it is the coffee guy. I forgot his name.
Soichi.
Soichi. Yeah.
The one that I'm pretty sure is Bloodstark.
Yes.
Which actually would make more sense going along with my theory about Katsuragi faking his death.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious that Katsuragi faked his own death.
Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. Final thoughts. Decade?
Overall, I liked it. I mean, the form wasn't great, but that wasn't really the focus, anyways, which was nice. I am a bit disappointed overall about Build's finishers not really being physics related anymore. I mean, Rocket Panda, that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
That might come back.
This
but
latest finisher was actually just really boring.
yeah. But, oh well. The story is pretty interesting at least. And next episode looks like it'll be pretty intense, so I'm looking forward to it.
It didn't have any opening, and some guy died, apparently. So, excited much? Episode 12.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. There was no opening to this episode, and instead the opening theme played at the end of the episode, which XA did for an entire arc. So I wonder if that's just going to be a thing going forward in Rider. At the very least, goodbye opening for the next 12-ish episodes. This was a pretty good episode. Oh, and Banjo finally declares his rider name.
Sento actually calls him Cross Z.
They don't actually say Cross Z though. Like what they're saying sounds like
They say Cross.
It sounds like they're saying claws with a thick Japanese accent. And then Toei's just doing that thing where they're trying to make it cooler by romanizing it differently. No, it's Cross
sounds
Z.
Like, yeah, it just sounds like Cross, except CROZZ, Cross.
If I call him Claws in the future, it's because I'm pretty sure that's what his name is.
Oh well.
And Toei is
Shorompo. What's she gonna do?
Toei is just pulling another stupid paradox on us. Paradx. Anyways, if no one has anything else to say, then I guess we can end this.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
What?
Okay, you know what? Wait, this one they spell ninja NINJYA in the Ganbara Rising card. Something like that. They didn't spell it Ninja.
Ninja?
I think so.
Ninja. They don't pronounce the J like they're Swedish, I guess. So, thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. We'll be back next Tuesday with more Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, and next Wednesday with more Kamen Rider Build. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening.